'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. A Christmas special about a hero in undies, tra la la, tra la la. Don we now our caped apparel, tra la la, tra la la. Now to end Captain Underpants carol, tra la la la, tra la la. Hey everybody, Alex here to talk about the Captain Underpants Mega Blissmas special. For those of you that might not know, I love Captain Underpants. I have all the books, and then a couple years ago they announced a movie, and now they've had this show on Netflix for a couple years now. I made a Captain Underpants retrospective. I'll put a card up there somewhere if you want to check that out. And now I normally do Scooby-Doo reviews, but today I wanted to talk about this special because, well, for one thing, if the rumors are going by anything, this might be the last piece for the Captain Underpants Netflix stuff that we might be getting. So, what better way to send off and, have a little Christmas content for you guys, because we got something else planned, trying to get that off the ground. But, yeah. I'm back and bald, baby, for this Christmas special. Now, anyone who hasn't seen Captain Underpants, the theme song pretty much explains all you need to know. George and Hal make comic books. They hypnotize their meme principal into becoming their made-up superhero, Captain Underpants. But he becomes a real superhero whenever they snap their fingers, and he's got real superpowers and everything. Basic Superman powers. He can breathe in space, super strength, flight. He can feel pain, but it never sticks for too long. Also, thankfully, unlimited underpants. Just trust me, that's a very important superpower. But here we have the Christmas special. They did a Halloween special actually last year, I believe. But now it's for Christmas, or shall we say Blissmas, because George and Harold, they kind of get sick of what they seem as Christmas being really tame. Now, don't get me wrong, they love Christmas, but they want to make improvements on it. So they come up with their ideas for Mega Blissmas, this really over the top, just wild imagination take on it. And it kind of reminds me of an earlier episode I think they did around season 3, where they go into like their dream world and make everything they want, and they give their dream version of Captain Underpants like this mech armor and all these extra powers and stuff, but it's just too much, and they kind of learn that access isn't always great, and it looks like they're kind of recycling that a bit with the special, because its message is Christmas is about everyone, and the joy of putting others before yourself. Like they're self-aware, hammering that in, which that's just how the show operates. But they want to improve on Christmas, make it cooler, so they try and get that off the ground. After the last couple of specials and stuff, Mr. Krupp has he's kind of lessened as an antagonist. I mean, he's still a jerk, but karma always comes to bite him back in the butt, and we kind of get that here. I like that. When I first heard about the special, I was wondering, what are they going to do for this? I mean, an interesting concept is maybe trying to do a Christmas Carol route with the ghosts haunting Krupp, because I didn't know what his take on Christmas was, because he's a jerk, and maybe the Captain Underpants has to fight the ghosts off or something. But no, they don't do that. Nothing like that at all. Krupp he kind of likes Christmas, not so much all the joy of togetherness and everything, but more so it being a 3-week paid vacation away from kids, which he hates. And they're just like, then why are you an elementary school principal if you hate kids? And he's like, eh. But he tries and punishes George and Harold by making them do the school play. Which kind of remind me of Charlie Brown a bit, but they just go. They completely revamp it and make it all about Blissmas, and it's a very impressive show for kids. It does not go over well with the parents, and I'm just like, come on, you can't let these kids do this amazing show, because it is a pretty impressive show. But now the fire, I can see them being upset about that, but and it doesn't really capture the spirit of Christmas that they're trying to drive home. But I mean, for 1 year, you can't like indulge them on this. And then George and Harold's parents are just telling him, you don't understand what Christmas is about. It's not about you. It's about everyone. They're like, yeah, we want to make Blissmas a thing, because what's better for us is better for everyone. And they don't ever really seem to get that. And like I say, it kind of fumbles with the message they're trying to drive home. Uh, but it but yeah, they get the idea to once again borrow Melvin's time machine, go back in time, and present their ideas to Santa Claus before the holiday even gets started. Um, and no, quick funny aside, Melvin in this, he's as much of a jerk as he's always been. They they've kind of they've played around with his character over the course of the show. I mean, with like it's just funny. Like his whole thing here is he has like the special eggnog called hamnog. It is absolutely disgusting. It was canceled, rightfully so, and he has like the last bit of it in the entire world, and he refuses to share it with anyone. And even though most people don't really want to drink it because, like I say, it's nasty. It's nasty stuff. um, but yeah, he's just a real jerk about drinking his hamnog and everything. Um, but the boys they bring out Captain Underpants to help them borrow the time machine. And another quick aside, finally this special gives the right ratio of Captain Underpants screen time for me, because I love the character. He never gets enough screen time in the books, in the TV show. I mean, some episodes are better than others with how much they bring out Captain Underpants. Because normally they just bring him out for like the quick fight and then they get rid of him. Here they have enough of Krupp and enough of Cap, so you get a good balance. And he's as funny as he always was. Um, and then they go and they try to distract Melvin, and they give him a present, and he's just expecting one of the regular pranks they always pull on him, but it's a mug shaped like his head, and he's genuinely touched about it. It's just the sweetest thing. Because deep down, I think Melvin thinks that he's friends with George and Harold, even though he's a terrible person. But deep down, he has like some weird feeling of friendship with them. Because you see it a lot in the show. Like in fact, the Halloween special, when they invited him to go with them, and when they genuinely try to reach out and throw him a bone, he really appreciates that. He's still a jerk for the rest of the special, because shortly after this they go back in time and kind of undo it, but he shares his ham hog with them in a genuine act of friendship and holiday cheer. It's disgusting and they hate it, but still. They go back in time and have a little fight with the elves and present their ideas to Santa, and he's like, okay. They hop back into the present, see if anything's changed. Cap gets turned back into Krupp, and they discover, hey, Blissmas is a thing. And then they start enjoying it, all the changes and everything. But they start to notice, hey, the adults aren't really liking it. But hey, they're adults. They never have fun. Even though the gym coach, Mr. Meaner, he always loved Christmas. He's not a big fan of Blissmas, and neither are their parents. And they're trying to get that message across, and it's a little mixed. But they're enjoying it, but then they find out Santa has changed quite a bit over the past 300 years. Instead of giving presents, he gets them, and everybody has to like give Santa presents. Otherwise, something shady goes down. George and Harold realize, yeah, that's a problem. So they go hit him up, and Santa's cool with them since they gave him the idea for Blissmas, because everyone's just like, oh, you don't have presents for Santa? Oh, you in trouble. But he excuses them, but he makes a deal with them that he'll do whatever they want if they beat this robot Mechalician Derby. And of course, who builds the robots but Melvin, and Hamnog survived the timeline change. He's still drinking that stuff. Gross. Just gross. They wrap up Captain Underpants in tinfoil, and what I really like about this special, the Halloween special too, is Captain Underpants gets a lot more action here in these scenes. He gets to beat up these robots and the elves, and normally in the show, they cut to the Flippo-Rama or whatever medium they're going for, and then Captain Underpants gets beat up. Ha ha ha. Here, they save that for a little bit later. He gets to beat up these robots, and we actually get to see him do some cool funny stuff. I'm like, that's really neat. I like seeing that. I like seeing Captain Underpants be a little confident. He's an idiot, but he's a lovable idiot, and he can get things done. It's just great. I love it. But then it just comes down to Santa versus Captain Underpants and the best robot of all, the Mech the Halls 2000. Great name. And then we get the Orama sequence. Little weak in this one, guys. It's just Captain Underpants trying to decorate a Christmas tree. They've had some really creative ones in the past. Too many for me to name. This one was a little weaker, but given the heavier real action that we see, I can kind of excuse it. But then George and Harold have the epiphany. Like I said, it doesn't really feel like it doesn't really show them learning it. They just they just get chased around and ensued in the fight between Cap and Santa, and then they're just like, oh, George, I've realized, I've seen the error of our ways. And then they read off like their take on the night before Christmas. They call it something hilarious. 'Twas the eve before the day 'twas Christmas. Then Santa explodes and turns everything back to normal with a little extra flair. Then he's like, hey, all right, boys, I'll give you anything you want. And then to fight the robots earlier, Captain Underpants had to take the last of Melvin's Hamnog and throw it to destroy the robots. And so George and Harold use up their wish to give Melvin a tanker full of that disgusting Hamnog. And that's nice. That's nice. Them throwing Melvin a bone. It's a nice message. Even though what their parents were trying to teach them and everything, that kind of fell away. Captain Underpants is present from Santa. It's so weird. And then it's still there when Krupp turned his back, and he's just like, "What is this?" And then the ending, they get a film, and it's kind of like claymation, and the Captain Underpants in there just looks hilarious. then it just kind of ends. But great Christmas special. I'll be watching this for years to come. Not so sure about the message, but as a Captain Underpants episode, pretty good. Like I said, they really struck a balance. Santa's origin and stuff, that was a little weird. Like they just show him going around pitching the idea of Christmas to the different countries and businesses, and he's just like, I'm gonna give away toys for free. Now you guys in? It would have been funny if they had ever acknowledged the other side of Christmas. Santa gives away some of the toys for free, but people spend hundreds of millions on this Christmas idea of giving to others. Now that would have gotten people to, invest in Santa. One other side note: Santa is voiced by the same guy who does Big Bad Pete in the Mickey Mouse cartoons. I noticed that almost immediately. It was just really weird hearing Pete coming out of Santa. I mean, it makes perfect sense later when Santa's all jacked up. But you know, it works. But I just couldn't stop hearing Pete there. Uh, but yeah, if you haven't already, go on and check it out. I recommend the rest of the Captain Underpants series. It's a good time. Very, very silly, very childish, but you know it's also got some really funny stuff there for all ages, and yeah, it's just good wholesome fun. I love it. But you know, if you want to hear my other thoughts on other episodes, I'd love to make more videos on this. So let me know down in the comments below if that's something you want. Leave a like, subscribe. Check out all our other videos. I do Scooby-Doo reviews. We play some games. We do all kinds of stuff here. And until next time, everyone. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la. Bye.